Ready to learn.
What you doing?
Go get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. 'Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch your clothes. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do
Hey guys, it's Shoshie from Shoshie Magnificent Minis. And briefly we will have Sassy Mike.
Hey,
Mike.
how's it going, everybody?
Say hi.
I said hello. I gotta say it into the mic.
It's like saying it with the back of his head.
You're also shouting into the microphone again.
I can't hear myself over my music. So, hey guys, Flickster,
Shouting.
Genuine Vision, Whippoorwill Games, Cosmo BC. We've got a lot of people in the house right now. I'm really happy to see you guys. Roomkins, Stephen Hugh, Tolagar, 777. And yes, definitely Sassy Mike is here. It's been a weird day. We repaired the furnace. We had some guys come over, take out this 50-year-old furnace that we had. And we've been pretty much melting all week. And so today is the first day of air conditioning.
Waking up in a pool of your own sweat.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Jane Lee.
Stop shouting into the microphone.
I'm going to pull it away so I can yell a little bit more at you guys.
That's not how it works.
Okay, so let me tell you about what we've got here. We have miniature that I picked up at Adepticon last year from some friends, Gregoire and Alicia Buabalo. I hope I said that right. I asked them, I like practiced. And this is by a game called Dust, 1947. And when I picked these miniatures out, I don't know much about historical minis of any kind. These are actually from a alternate timeline type of game. So it's not actually in the real world. And these are basically the characters from, as if like, I think aliens and mecha and, new technologies were introduced after like 1947. And the war kind of continued because of that. I hope that I made a good description. I can show you what I got. You might want to flip over. Luftwaffe Fallschirmjäger Mortar Squad. Yeah. And so I didn't realize that these were German. I don't usually paint German figures because my family had a lot of bad stuff happen to them due to the Germans. So, but these are alternate timeline, so I'm gonna give it a pass. Plus, it's just a really cool company. And I'm gonna show you these guys here. This is about the size of them. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, and Whippoorwill Games, please feel free to describe anything you know about this game or these people, because I know that he knows a lot about this sort of thing. Oh, there's a big cat hair, guys, right there. So this one I already painted, and this is what the German paratroopers looked like, and I tried to get their camo somewhat accurate. And got some brown boots and some tan pants and tan helmet and tan sleeves. So that's what we're going to be working on. They're all going to be basically the same. So we'll be able to chat a lot this stream. If we get too bored, we're going to switch over and we're going to go over to the changeling that I've been working on. But I think we're going to definitely paint at least 2 or 3 of these. Well, we could probably get them all done. So let me tell you how these come. When you get this box, this is exactly how they come, but they're all already glued onto the piece, so you don't need to build anything, at least for this particular squad. I didn't need to build anything. I actually cut these figures off so that way I could glue them back on and have better control, because I felt like I wanted to get a lot of detail. So let me see if I missed anything. Yes, hello, RD Wolf. RD Wolf, yeah. And yeah, thank you for the compliment on the changeling. I appreciate that. Fallschirmjäger. So this is basically, they come already primed. At least this one did. This one came already primed. I didn't need to do anything to it. And this is kind of how it painted up. And so I'll be putting these on, and I pinned them all with paper clips, which is a really handy, cheap way to pin things if you have never. And so I can either just hold these or I can clip this, and I'll show you what I'm going to do now that's already on the pin. paper clips are, they're really tough. So paper clips make great pins. There we go. And then I can stick it into, there we go. And we can paint it. Yay. All right, let's get going. Let's start. I'm going to show you what colors I'm going to be using. I'll set that aside. And right. So I'm gonna start with his flesh, because that is I usually start figures from the inside out. So the furthest layer is his flesh, and that way if we make a mistake, it gets covered up by clothing because that's on top, right? Feel free to ask me any questions as we go. I have a little bit of basic flesh and a little bit of golden skin. I'm probably going to highlight with the golden skin and base coat with the basic flesh. And I'm shaking.
Shake it like a bottle of paint.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. So what has everybody been doing? I know that Wednesday we did not stream because we
definitely don't paint Nazi-inspired things.
No, Mike, we didn't even need to mention that. Yeah, it was Rosh Hashanah. It was the Jewish New Year, so we didn't have a stream. Plus, it was also super hot in our house, so even if it hadn't have been Rosh Hashanah, it would have been crazy warm. No olive. No, because they're already primed and they're very small. And so we're not going to get super detailed. This is like pretty much my tabletop level. You know, it's more detailed than tabletop. That's probably what I'm going to do on these guys. And I will show you how I do it. And I'm thinning out. This is my palette of colors. I did not clean off my palette this morning. I'm using the Kozlowski from their Kolinsky brushes, 309 from Poland that I got from Spellcrow Minis. I've got both this is the one, and I also have the 200. That's a 00. So yeah. Class is probably a bit empty because I'm off scheduled, our devolve, and we are streaming up against what's his name? Next Level Painting, and he's got a lot of people watching him. Aw, that was nice. Bye. So it might get busier later when he's done. Unless we end up completely streaming over him. So this is also nice because if you like smaller streams, this is a good one. Aw, thank you so much for the host, Flickster. That's awesome. And how have you been, Flickster? Flick has been making some amazing records lately, by the way. Give him and Genuine Vision, who's also in the chat, a follow. Amazing streamers. Flickster, didn't you make like a $600 or 600 sub level goal that this week? It's been amazing. Hey, Mark UK Painting. Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you? It's been a while, huh? I haven't seen you in the stream in a bit. Yesterday, 600 points. That's awesome. It's amazing. I'm very, very proud. And I'm part of that as well, because I did sub to you for $24.99, so I get to brag on you, because I helped make that happen. Hey, Cloud Dancer. Speaking of sub points, we made our goal. I got 100 sub points the last time I streamed, which was Monday. And so I will be applying to Twitch for a partnership. I'm hoping that it won't look bad that I missed Wednesday and that I'm late on the day, but you know, it doesn't matter so much. It's what's cool is that we made our goal, And like I said, you guys helped me make it happen. And that's what's so awesome. Hey, Welsh Avenger. So Mark UK Painting says, did a 170 kilometer trek. Not much painting for you recently. That is amazing. I don't know how many miles that is. Unfortunately, I know like a 5K is probably the most I could ever run. So 170 is crazy. Yes, setting goals is important. Can't go on a trip unless you have your destination and sights that you want to see on the way. Well, you could go on a trip, but you're going to end up in a hole if you don't plan your voyage, right? Oh, I keep being off camera. Thank you. Hopefully nobody... He's holding some kind of bomb or mortar, something like that. Just over 100 miles. Wow. Hey, Razar BR. What's up? See, we've got plenty of people in here right now. It's a lot of our regulars are here, so I'm excited. That's all I care about is if my regulars are here. Alright, I just blurped right there. It's okay though. We're going to cover that up. That's why you want to paint the skin first, is because if you make a mistake like that, you're going to paint over it. But if you paint the outside clothing first, and then you paint the skin, then you might end up, you know, messing up your clothes or whatever. He must have disabled it. Yeah, because he left. I think that's why he did. Yeah, he'll put it back next time he comes back. So there is a small chance that the owners of Dust could be here watching, which would be really cool. Gregoire and Alicia. Very nice couple. And I believe Gregoire is originally French. And yeah, I think I met him through Facebook, I guess. So that was pretty neat. There we go. I always like meeting new game designers and game companies, especially small ones. Fallschirmjäger 1947. Yeah, have you seen this before, Fragloid? And if you have you played it, or do you know much about it? Tell us all the info. We are okay. So I did the first layer, and I did a little bit of highlighting. And this is some. What is this? This is like some. Well, the orange leather is on my palette, but I don't know if I've got it in use just yet. Yeah, that's going to be the one of the main colors for the camo. Has anybody here painted camo before? You're a real history guy, bolt action. Oh, that's okay. Yes, Whippoorwill Games does bolt action as well. And that's actually, he's the guy who I went to get info about this game. Because I didn't know much. I didn't know that it was a alternate history game, which is pretty darn cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch him out. We're going to paint almost all of these guys. You're going to get to see some of my first bead/badge painting, I guess. How am I doing the camo? So, did you see this, Fragloid? This is how I'm doing my camo. It's basically gray, and then there's splotches of like an orange and green, and then a dark brown, I think is what I picked. And I based this off of a it was like a secondworldwar.com.blogspot.com picture that I found, and that was pretty close. I hope that it's accurate enough. I'll show you what the box art has. It's a little bit different. Maybe this card. Nope. So the box art it definitely has the gray, and then it's got tan, splotches with little brown dots inside the splotches. So mine are a little bit different. I've got a little green. It's not quite as simple. And then I didn't go with this kind of mottled green hat. I went with the same color as the pants, which are kind of a tannish brownish. Yeah. Oh, you want to figure out how to? We will definitely be showing that. I will absolutely show you guys. And I learned how to do camouflage from Angel Giraldes, who paints Infinity. I took a class of his on how to paint camo. And what I learned was that you just really want to have a photograph of something to guide you. Ooh, see his, oh, I bent it. You want to have a photograph of something to guide you. So he always had photos. These are not the best clippers. Where's my good clippers? I don't even see them. Let's see. Can I get it bent? There we go. Yay. Put this in here now. This guy has another little bomb. They're all just setting the bombs. What are they doing? They're maybe loading up that little cannon. I think that's what this is. This like some kind of bazooka bomb shooter thingy. They're gonna, I don't know. I don't know much about the military or about war. I know the effects of war. You tried replicating Splinter on some of your Fallschirmjäger, and that was the day you learned you can't paint camo. Okay, so we're gonna show you how, at least I show you. I'm gonna do it. And first we're just laying down some skin tones to get that down. And then we'll go in and we'll do some camo for sure. Mortar, thank you. Yes, mortar, not a bazooka. That's a totally different war, isn't it? Did they have bazookas in World War II? I don't think so. maybe in Dust 1947 they have it, because like I said, they had, I guess aliens gave them crazy technology, and they have like mecha and some cool robots and stuff that they shouldn't have. They did? They did. Oh, okay. Cool. I love that you guys know this stuff. It's like I'm even more noobish about historical type of games than I am about Warhammer. Warhammer, I feel like a little bit more knowledgeable. Tiny bit more. So these are very small minis. I think I would call them true scale, but I'm not 100%. 28 millimeter. Bazookas are portable, true. Oh, okay, but is it a bit? It's about the same thing. Bazookas were invented in World War II. Nice. I mean, not nice, but impressive. That's what I meant. Impressive. It's this may be the first kind of semi historical mini that I painted outside like the Civil War. I painted a Civil War bust for my dad. I painted it of General, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking his name. He's the guy that burned down Atlanta. Anyway, it was funny because I'll remember his name as soon as I get. Face over here. Sherman, thank you. Nanalise, you're amazing. But all you guys are amazing. The fact that you guys know this stuff. So, yes, General Sherman burned down Atlanta. And it's funny because when I was looking up visual references for him, I was looking at him and I was like, dang, he looks like a raging alcoholic. And I told somebody who was kind of I think it was maybe James Wapple. James Wapple's a huge Civil War buff. And he said, yeah, he kind of was a raging alcoholic. And I thought that was kind of funny because apparently a bunch of the Civil War generals were. I found that amusing. But all his pictures, I mean, his hair's all frazzed out. And I was like, That is kind of funny that all his photos, he looks like a nutball. Most of them were in that time period, yeah. Yeah, they didn't have prohibition back then, so they could drink when they were really young. I have photos of my ancestors, like just from like my great-great-grandfathers. Oh, drop the brush. From my great-great-grandfather's generation, and apparently my great-grandfather, I've got a photo of him like drinking wine straight from a bottle and then being hung over in a bathtub. Good morning, Frosty Primes. How are you? We're painting alternative timeline Germans that somehow managed to continue the war after 1947. That would be a very bad timeline for my family. Although I was told by Whippoorwill Games that on that timeline, you know, the prisoners of the war were still liberated, but then, like I said, somehow the war continued in the game. Think on this Washington made moonshine and whiskey. Oh, really? I didn't know that. There's so much cool stuff. And Frosty Primes, I'm doing good. We had a late stream today because we worked on our... we got a new furnace. We had a 50-year-old furnace that had to be replaced. And so we had people in here all day. It was funny because the sales guy told them that they would only be here till noon. So I had originally planned to stream today. But the furnace was an absolute monster. And so they spent the entire day. It was probably 4:30 by the time they got out. And does he have gloves on? I think he has gloves on. Oh well, not anymore. And so they spent the entire day working on our furnace when they thought they were going to be done at noon. Yeah, you saw the announcement? Awesome. Yay, painting cricks! I know that you always like it when I have my late streams because that way you can make it after work. That's awesome. We're painting these little German dudes for the game Dust. Dust 1947. And when I finish this, I'm going to give it to the wife of they're co-owners of the game, but the wife is, she says she's got a few hand-painted versions of the Dust game, and they are hers, not her husband's. I told her, I said, well, I'll paint the one that I got for you as well. And she thought that was really cool. Yeah. Frosty Primes had someone commission you for model painting. Awesome. That is so good. Alright, so I'm trying to reach in here and get his face. See, this is another reason why I took these models off of their base. They came already glued to this base. And you can see that if you just showed up to the chat, you can see this is kind of how we're going to be painting them. Pretty simply. Not too much detail, but just enough. And then, yeah. I already got the mortar all painted and the little bombs. Little bombs. Posted some of your camo attempts on the server. I'll have to take a peek at that, Mark UK. Dust is still going. I think they got bought. I think they got bought by the Boabelos. They're a French couple. And I think that is why Dust is still around. You know, there's a couple games that have changed hands that I've painted, and I know one of them is oh gosh, I'm blanking now. The Wild West game. You can tell like I'm tired today. Wild West Exodus. They changed hands. They're owned by a British company now, which is kind of cool. Here we go. Yes. Wild West Exodus, exactly. Okay, so that was fast. See, boom, boom, boom. And this is how, if you're going to paint some, like, little infantry, this is what I would do. So now this is dry, and then I'll let that dry. And let that guy dry, too. And then we're ready. I'm going to just put a little bit of this Reikland Flesh Shade on him for some shading. Because we're speed painting him, basically, right? Hopefully I won't need more than that. And I'll just put a little blop. And then wipe off the brush and then spread this around so that it's not all over the place. A little bit more. Make sure to get plenty in the shadows of the creases of the eyes. Shadows of the eyes. There we go. So Painting Crick says, you don't know why? Because if you are using Twitch Prime to sub, then it will just end at the end of each month, and you need to resub each month. So you can just hit the button if you want, and it'll sub you back. I think that if you want to sub at a higher level, then it will, or not use your Twitch Prime membership, then it will go ahead and re-up every month, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Painting Cricks, we just made a big milestone. We made 100 sub points, and I made a major goal, so everybody here has been helping toward that. I missed, let's see, Shattered Skull Studios, hello. Hope my vacuumer, you mean my what is it? Not my vacuumer, my furnace. Yes, my furnace is now working, and it's so nice and cool in here. So much more efficient. Yeah, these are great miniatures. They're I think one of my favorite things about them is that they come pre-primed. This is the gray primer, and then the paint sticks to it really well. Jen says, painting the velvet back to a golden throne all morning. At that, stop, leave it alone now. Yeah, exactly. Yes, sometimes you just gotta leave it alone. So we just put wash on all these, and look at, this is already almost dry. But because I don't know 100% if it is, I'm gonna move on and start painting some of the other camo. Wait. Let's do, they're all like falling. Let's name them. I love naming them. Let's see. Let's call them different things. This one is going to be Heinrich. Let's see. Heinrich. And this one can be Franz. This will be Franz, and Franz is holding up. He's getting ready to pour this into the mortar. Toot toot toot, like he's holding a big pepper shaker, like a pepper mill, right? Hans. This one is Hans and Franz. So this one is Franz, right? And this one is Hans, and they're both holding the pepper mills. Gruber, yeah. This is Gruber. He has the Brille, the glasses. I don't know how you say binoculars in German, but glasses is Brille, and they'll have these like machine guns. Yeah. He needs his little tank. Gunther. Yeah, we'll call him Gunther Gruber. Gunther. Yeah, Gunther Gruber. That sounds like, I could swear Gunther Gruber is from my textbook, from my German textbook. Fernglas is the one. Fan glass, yeah. That's what it is, fan glass. Thank you so much, Shattered Studio. You get a point. That was amazing. Shattered Studio. So for anybody who's just watching us for the first time, whenever a classmate here does something helpful, if I could spell helpful today, students, they get points in my chat, and you can do exclamation point points to find out. You get points also for hanging out with us, and later on we do, you know, giveaways and things. All right, so let's see. Next, I've got orange leather. Yeah, Hans Gruber is from it's from Die Hard. Hello. Woohoo, points. Yes. Fan glass, Google for the win. Awesome. Fan glass. So yes. All right, so paints. I want to make sure this is thin enough, because we're going to be painting kind of a yellow on top of this. This is actually our shade color, and we're using scale 75, which they are very matte. One of the things that I found while I was painting this one's Heinrich. When I was touching, every time I touched his boots, the paint rubbed off. So I'm really glad to have this little holder right here, which is also from Germany. So this is from wrathcore.com, and they will be available for retail in November. Yeah, do I thin them with water? I do thin them with water, and that's pretty much the only mediums. I have this P3 mixing medium, and I might try to use that. It was $4.99 where I got it. I think I got it at Gen Con from Privateer Press, and that's really about the other mediums that I use. I guess you would consider the Privateer Press washes kind of, they have medium in them, right? So you guys like this new music? I got some metal music now, and you guys heard the theme song. We had a theme song made specifically for the channel that some of you may have gotten to hear, and I'm pretty happy with it. I got it done by customanthems.com. They're a British music producer. He's actually really affordable. So if you stream yourself and you're interested in getting some custom music that you have the royalties to, I highly recommend him. He's, let's see, for the 20-minute loop that loops like for 2 hours of metal music that I got, it was £95. And for the custom song, it was like £100 or something. So it was pretty good. Hey, Mini Painter Inc. I just totally realized you're here. Hello. How are you? Get to see me. Let's paint his helmet. Yeah, I don't usually get to paint when people are home, because I usually am home during the day. And some of the bigger paint streams are going on during this time, so it's kind of silly to paint when they are painting, but this is a good time. Your music makes you want to be productive. Hey, that's amazing. All right, I don't want to touch him, so I'm just going to grab this guy over here. This one, oh, this is Franz. Franz und Hans. Hey, Shattered Skull Studios is following. You are a new follower as well as a helpful student. Yay! So the reason why I write my followers down on the paper is, one, so that, you know, everybody can see who is here. It's a little better than having stuff all over the screen for you. But it also is kind of like I'm writing on the blackboard like a teacher. And Skull Studios. Can I spell skull? Can I totally messed up your name. I am so sorry. We'll put skull right here. There, I'll get it right over here. That's better. Hey, Tiger Stark! My holiday was good. My mom was in Florida, in Miami, visiting my sister, and so we just chilled and we didn't do a whole lot, but we had a nice little dinner with the family for Rosh Hashanah. Yay, Scott! Oh, it's just Shattered Skull Studio. There we go. You got a little bottle or thin? No, I have a little pot of water. I just got one of these little yogurt glass things that I got from the store, and I just use my rinse water to thin it. And I know that's not the best, but that's just how I've always thinned it, with my rinse water. So shame on me. Aw. Is that about dinner or about using my rinse water? You can be helpful by advising against wearing an ugly horse hat. Go Chiefs. Oh, hey, I am a Bronco fan. Do not diss my Broncos, Miss Kansas. I know, it's funny. And when you're born in Colorado, you just are a Bronco fan. It's like blasphemy not to be. I need a blackboard to write all the names down. I do. I need something behind me, maybe something. That would be kind of cool. A real blackboard. This is the closest I get. Kind of cool shtick. So, anything with the horses is good. Yes, I actually became a Colts fan after Peyton Manning joined the Broncos. I know he's not with them anymore because he retired. But I was very, like, the Colts fans, they would wear like half Colts, half Broncos whenever Peyton would play. And it was like they're so loyal to him. And it was so sad. Whenever he played the Colts, I mean, love you, Peyton, but you choked every single time you played the Colts. And I think he just, I don't know, he just couldn't get over the fact that they wanted to trade him and didn't want to keep him. And so that probably hurt his game quite a bit. It is like a religion. It is. You live in Indiana? The German name for the blackboard? Yeah. We've got Heinrich. Yeah. Those of you who know me well know that I went to Germany and Austria this summer as part of a family genealogy and family trip. And so I got to visit the hometown of where my great-great-grandfather was born and was from. And his family had a vineyard. And we visited the Weingut. And we met Bowers that lived there, that were distant cousins. It was really surreal because the Germans' hospitality, I mean, it was fantastisch, wunderbar, cool. Yeah, it was just amazing. I really felt like, a little part of me was, really happy to be there. Tafel, yeah. Okay, so there's those pants. So you can see this dries very matte, but it also dries a little bit thin. So we've got to do a few layers, which is a little time consuming, but it's worth it. And I recommend, if you use Scale 75 paints, to just take your time and do the thin layers, kind of like Duncan says, and just go over it more than once, because you're gonna you don't want to build up too fast and have like gloppy paint, because these minis especially are pretty delicate. They don't have a lot of great detail, and you don't want to fill in all those cracks. Yeah, don't forget the beer. Oh, I didn't drink any beer because I'm gluten intolerant while I was in Germany, but I had a lot of sausage because I'm gluten intolerant, and that's basically all I could have at most of the restaurants because I couldn't have anything breaded or fried. And it was so funny because Germans, if you know anything about them, their culture just revolves around bread. They eat it with every single meal, and they were just kind of amazed that I can't have bread. So they went out and got me gluten-free bread because they couldn't imagine me not having, like, I don't eat bread at all at home. And that just was unthinkable to them. It was really funny. But even the gluten-free bread, it was amazing. Because gluten-free bread here, if you've ever had it, it's like crumbly. It doesn't toast well. I mean, I guess the only way I really like it is if it's toasted, because it doesn't taste like blah. And the gluten-free bread there tasted like regular bread. It was really yummy, and I really appreciated them. There we go. Ah, I'm getting pain on my fingers. There we go. And this one, see, that one's still wet. I don't want to go back into it when it's wet. If you keep going into wet paint, you'll get this weird sort of like a cottage cheesy effect on your surface of your paint. You can see there's a little bit right there where I kind of probably went over it a little bit too much. All right, so that needs to dry a little bit. I'm going to pick out my next color. Bug King! Beamington! Hey guys! American bread is completely full of sugar. Everything is full of sugar. The cereal, any kind of bakery product is loaded with sugar. Oh, speaking of which, Crystal Pepsi is back in the stores. If anybody remembers in the 90s, they made Crystal Pepsi. I saw that in the stores. I was like, are you kidding me? You can hear the disgust in my voice. All right, I'm digging through. I'm looking for, it's sort of like a yellow ochre color. So give me a moment to make sure I can find this color. Oh no! Sometimes I have to pull this out and pull this under the light so I can see. Here we go. There we go. It's called an Arabic Shadow. Very nice. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a green color. This one, I think, or this one. Yeah, this one is Venice green, I think. Yes, I dropped it. Why? Who at Pepsi thought you know what was good? Crystal Pepsi. Yeah. I don't know. As the paint starts to dry, will stick to your brush. Yeah, that's true, Mini Painter. Do you have some scale? Yeah, you do have scale 75, don't you? Let me make sure it's not sticking. It is a little bit, isn't it? I need to get a little thinner. Now, scale 75 does make it thinner. I just don't have it. I need to get some. And are these guys Africa Corps? I don't know. They're just, so I use a gray, a green, this sort of ochre color, and a darker brown to paint. Oh wait, here, what's that one? That one is more of a lighter yellow. We'll get that one out too, just in case I need it. Here's the brown I use for his boots. That's walnut. Hiroko. Happens to all the paints. Yeah. You have to let it dry between the layers. You do. Oh yeah, Tigress Dark. I am 100% with you. And Tigress, I have a blog called Chocolate Snob on Facebook, and I am completely unapologetic about the fact that I try to get people from other countries to send me chocolate to try for it. So that I try not to use my powers for evil, but when it comes to chocolate, I will, you know. But yeah, Europe does a few things way better than America, and that is chocolate, beer, and wine. Those are the things they do hands down better than us. I mean, there's good California wine, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as European wine. Where's the gray that I need? Looking for it. Is that good? Yeah, that's good enough. Anthracite gray. What a cool name. Anthracite. Okay, where? I think that might be it. Oh, black. A black? Flat black. Right there. That's our color palette right there. I think that's it. It's very simple. Very muddy and neutral and drab. But, you know, they're trying to blend in with stuff and not get shot, so that's why. All right, I'm going to start with the Iroko Scale 7527 Chocolate Stout. Oh, yes. I'm going to shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Okay. Don't sing, Shosh. Alright, and this looks like I've got plenty of coverage. That one's not dry, but I'm going to take him off. I'm going to forget their names now because I've moved them around. Hans and Franz have the weapons, right? And then Franz is holding it like a pepper shaker. That's Franz, and that's Hans. And this is Gunther Gruber with the fan glass. About the suits I paint, these are old German war camos. You checked it. Awesome. Thanks, Shatter Studios. Yeah. I've been looking at here, let me send you the image that I'm using as a reference. I'll send you guys also so you can see. Paste. And this is probably not historically accurate, but it is an alternate world, so it's what I want it to be. Kind of, right? And Tiger Stark says that I don't blame you. Nestle made it illegal to ship a few chocolates into the States, like the Kinder Surprise. Yeah, that this Kinder Surprise became illegal. I've researched this. This was sometime in the 1920s because they made a law that Americans could not have a food product that had a toy inside it because it was like a choking hazard, and that just stayed on the books forever. And they now have gotten a workaround. Kinder Surprise makes an egg toy that is slightly different. You can actually see that there is an actual object in the chocolate, so there's no way you would eat it. That's how they got around that. And so I'm just explaining real quick. I'm doing a layering technique. I'm just layering on the highlights instead of shading down. I'm highlighting up. You could use that one. We don't allow links, Shattered Skull Studio, and that's partially because we also don't allow self-promotion on the channel. So that's just so if you want to post a link, you can whisper it to Genuine Vision or Flickster or one of my other mods. Cosmo BC is a mod, and they can link it. Although I'm probably just going to use the link I have. So yeah, there we go. I really like that color. I just realized I'm missing all the chat now. There we go. Yeah, just send it to Cosmo. Because Americans are, I guess, fun. Right. Well, it's just what happens. Americans put stuff on books, on the law books, and then it gets very difficult to remove it once it's on. So it's just that's kind of, there's lots of laws that are still on the books in lots of places. There is a weird law in Illinois that I don't know what town, all the towns have their own little bylaws and stuff, that you cannot be after dark with something in your pocket. I don't know, it's just such a dumb law. But yeah, so I think that they're also making a good amount of money off of confiscating Kinder eggs. It's $1,200 per Kinder egg if you get caught smuggling any inside the border via Canada or the UK or anything. It's not good to get caught. There we go. That's the link. Thanks, Jan. Awesome. Let me look at it. Pinterest link. Oh, it's gonna open? There we go. Ooh, those are great. Yes. Okay, so the link that you sent me, I see the poncho has a lot more tan, which is cool. I think we could do something like that, but I'm gonna try to probably make a match this one. It'll be okay. A little bit more gray than tan. Blake is still awake, or he was anyway. He was here. Sometimes he stays up super late. He was at the beginning to come and say hi. Like how there are still countries that outlaw alcohol, exactly. There's still dry towns in Illinois, but there's still dry towns in the U.S. that don't allow alcohol in their town at all. Even though it's legal to drink, it's not legal to sell in their town, which is, comes from our background as, from Prohibition and stuff. It's Prohibition holdover. There we go. Canada just made dueling legal. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine some hipsters dueling? Canadian hipsters on moose. I'm being silly. Oh my gosh, chat's going so fast. What happened? Hold on, I'm gonna catch up. Rarely stops him, yeah. In Virginia, it's illegal to have sex with your socks on. What? 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 Who did that? Who made that law? That is so bizarre. And London cabs should really have a bale of hay in the trunk? Oh, yeah. That, I don't understand that either. Why is that? Did the cabs used to be horse-drawn? Is that so that all the horses always have a little bit of food? Maybe? Okay, let me compare. So it's a lot lighter on this side. I'm going to go ahead and give it another coat because this is thinned out. Blue book laws. Yes, blue book laws, exactly. They are fun. In Kansas, it's illegal to have ice cream on top of cherry pie. Who made that law? That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. It's illegal to flirt in San Antonio. Oh, well, I guarantee you, people are flirting. That is so funny. San Antonio. It really makes you wonder, like, somebody had to go and vote and pass some law in that town. And like I said, they just don't take them off the books. They just leave them there. Just nobody enforces them. There's some really odd laws out there. Puritans. Jack Daniel's distillery in the dry town, yeah. In Alaska, it's illegal to drop a dead moose from a moving plane. That had to have happened once. Somebody must have done that. And then there was a town uproar. I bet. Maybe there was an angry Alaskan neighbor and he got revenge by dropping a dead moose on his neighbor's house. Like a big feud. You think we don't already duel on mooseback, right? Canadians on mooseback. I love it. I love it how Canadians, they poke fun at themselves and they're like Australians in a way, because Australians will talk about, like, what are they called? The drop bears, and Canadians will talk about how they ride moose to school and stuff. Okay, Hackney carriages. So that must have been a horse-drawn carriage in London then. I gotcha. Hackney carriages. Interesting. And they kept that law in the books for probably a long time. Daniels will sell you commemorative bottles. Oh, interesting. Get the Alaska rule, you just question why you would do that. Like I said, I think it was a feud and somebody got mad at somebody, or maybe, you know, maybe they, because I know that when a moose is killed in Alaska, the neighbors will all share it. They'll make like moose soup and all kinds of stuff, and they'll share it. They'll all bring pieces of moose over. So maybe it was like, okay, well, you know, Joe didn't give us any moose last time, so I'm gonna drop the whole carcass on him this time. I don't know, you know. I just ramble sometimes. Best revenge, yes. Moose droppings. That's a whole nother thing. Maybe you are allowed to drop moose droppings, but you're not allowed to drop actual moose. It's still a law, but not checked. Okay, good. So funny. Now you're imagining somebody doing precision airstrike with the moose. Oh my goodness. I want to know, like, I want to know, like, Alaskan history and see if anybody dropped a moose somewhere. I don't think you could Google it, though. It'd have to go into archives, I bet. Okay, so what I did here, we're just painting everybody's sleeves with this rusty color, and all the hats, all the Helmut, yeah, would you like some pepper with your salt? Yeah. Like, oh sure, I would like some pepper, yeah. Pfeffer und Salz. Franz und Hans. Jawohl. Exactly. I try to be fun, at least, right? The Minotaur should be here tomorrow. I'm so excited, Tiger Stark. Yes, I'm so excited. I hope that he arrives safe, because I put him in a little box. But the fact that he got there so fast makes me feel pretty good about it, because usually the less time they spend in the postal service, the better. Braglog, we drop Mounties on Mooseback and they're part of the Special Forces. Oh my goodness. Let me put this here. So what does it take to become a Mountie? You have to go to Mountie school and stuff and go up into the mountains on horseback and stuff, and are there female Mounties too, or are they mostly guys? Anti-moose drop squad. Someone has been sneaking the schnapps. Oh, that me? Yeah. There was this play that my mother took me to in Chicago, and it was called Rags, and it was like basically the sequel to Fiddler on the Roof, and it was really good. I have to preface that it was really, really good. And there's this one scene where these two old Jewish guys are at the table and they go, God is God, but schnapps is schnapps, you know? And then they drink. So whenever I hear the word schnapps, I think God is God, but schnapps is schnapps. Am I on a roll? That's good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying things. I try to be a little... This is my normal personality. I'm really weird. I have these little monologues in my head when I'm painting, and I'm like, oh yeah, would you like the salt? You know. It helps me enjoy what I'm doing, and gives... When they have like little characters like that, little story, then it makes painting, especially when you're painting grunts. When I was painting a bunch of the, what was it called? the Assassinorium Execution Force from GW, the whole box. There was some Chaos Marines in there, right? There's about 3 or 4, and they all look very similar. One guy had like a skull between his horns, right? And so I named them all, and the first one's name was Alpha. And no, the first name was Charlie. Charlie was the first one. And then Alpha was next, and then Bravo, and then Whiskey Tango Foxtrot was the last one. And like this is my personality, like this is how I think. And so I wrote this little thing, and somebody with the same kind of sense of humor as me wrote on my page, and it's still there. You can go to my page and find the Assassinorium Chaos Marines, and you can see this comment they made. They said, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, you only have 17 pieces of flair, because I said something about how he had a blingin' skull, and Whiskey Tango Foxtrot had a blingin' skull on his, and he was, because he's Chaos Marine, right? They get to be kind of loud and kind of obnoxious. Don't make you run, you're full of chocolate. Gunter from The Simpsons. Exactly. Don't make me run, I'm full of chocolate. Schokolade. Yeah. I kind of, Grendler makes fun of me for doing sort of like a Swedish, German, ja. Mm-hmm. Shoshie is painting the Luftwaffe Fallschirmjäger. I hope that any of the Germans that end up watching this on the VOD, hope that you know that I really enjoy going to your country and your language, and I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just being my silly self. I hope I'm not being culturally insensitive. Here we go. Trying to get all those little dents where the ants were, because the color is kind of bleeding up through it. Leave that over there. These are some fun German facts you earned from your ancestors. Yes, exactly. Aber mein Oktober... No, I'm not going to say that. Die Flagge ist nicht richtig geladen. Schauen Sie mal ins Rohr. Gefreiter abdrücken. How's that? Shattered Studio. What did I say? And I'm scared to know, because I think I know some of that. Mein Deutsch ist noch nicht sehr gut, ja. You translate it? Okay, good. Thank you. Are you from Germany, Shattered? I don't remember. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you are. I did see you today. I forgot you were going to be staying up so late. I'm sorry. Now I feel really super embarrassed because I know who you are. And I mixed you up. I know. That is a shame on me. Yes. Shada. Yes. Okay. What did you miss, low battery Deacon? Deacon, this is what you've been missing. We're painting. This is Heinrich. He's already painted. And this is Hans and Franz. And they have Salz and Pfeffer. Because they're shaking. And then this is Gunther Gruber, who has the fan glass. So that's what you missed. We're painting them up. It's gonna be fun. This video is probably gonna get posted in the Dust. There's an official Dust group and they're gonna probably think I'm a nutball. They're gonna be like, who is this crazy lady? But yeah, and also we've been talking about the moose. Deacon is also Canadian and probably familiar with moose riding as well. And I kid. But Sergeant, the flak gun isn't loaded correctly. Take a look into the pipe. Lance Corporal, fire it up. That's perfect. Oh my goodness, I love it. That would be so bad. Boom. You get a Zaltz shaker to the face, right? Wow, we have a good amount of people watching. I'm so glad. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you are feeling free to chitter chatter in my chat and ask questions as we go, anything you want. It doesn't have to be about these models. It can be about, what I've been working on. If you've seen me, paint anything on my Facebook page and you wanted to ask me questions about anything, I've been working on the Changeling for commission from GW. Oh, let me get these out. Let me just show you, take a break for a second and show you what I have been working on. Okay, so here's the Changeling. We showed him earlier, and I've been painting him with all scale 75, and I like how everything is going down except for, I feel like this smoke plume that he's riding on is, it just looks weird not being in the satin finish, and so it's not where I want it. So I might go back and use some game color on that. That's the only thing I think I'm not happy with right now. But the blues are looking really good. Can you guys see how stripy that is right there? So all of that needs to be smoothed out and layered up. And then I'm going to be painting this staff right here. Yeah, this dude is fun. He's really cool, Glacier Eyes. You should get back to painting. R1 Sky-oning. Skyding? I'm going to call you Sky. Is that okay? Sky Dingo. Risky Dingo. I got it. Risky Dingo. Are you Australian? Okay, this is Changeling. Then I also finished this guy for the same client. This is the Trader Librarian with Cataphracti armor. And it's very detailed little wires and skulls, and he's got like a million. Well, no, this isn't the one that had there was another guy that I painted recently that had a million Fury symbols on him. It was Caldo Draco. I just finished him and sent him off to Luxembourg. This one's going to Texas. You're heading to bed, Shattered. Thank you so much for staying up. And gute Nacht und schlaft gut. And thank you for coming in and stopping by. It was really cool. Dingo ate your baby. Yep. Okay. And for those of you guys who haven't seen yet, we have, let me scoot the Fallschirmjäger over here. Let me see if you guys can see. Yeah, there we go. This is Salamanca. This is from Aradia Miniatures. She's huge. And I have an extra little piece. Here it is. I got this because this did not come with the original mini because it was supposed to and it didn't. But she's got a little teddy bear hooked to the back of her belt. So I've got to paint that, and I've got to paint a few more things, and then she will be pretty much done. I'm going to work on the skulls a little bit more down here. But she is probably one of the best pieces I've done to date in a while. Pretty happy. Look at this face. I'm so happy with her face. Yay. Yeah, she's very big. She's 90 millimeters. And I'm also got to do a whole base for her. It's going to be on a plinth. This bear over here for safekeeping. Yeah, it is a beast. It's the gold. Thank you. And then what else do I have? I have this little, I think this one is still being worked on. This is a figure from Guild Ball. And I also have this Guild Ball figure. This is Coin. He's the little snake, and I decided to make him a coral snake. If you know anything about coral snakes, it's red next to black is okay, Jack. That's not a coral snake. Red next to yellow can kill a fellow. That's how you remember. So that's what I've been working on, and that is where I'm at with those. Yeah, it is Fujninda. My OSL amazes you. Aw, thank you. Yes, there's a couple videos that you can go back and watch that I show how I teach that. Okay. I'm doing another layer because this is even though it's very opaque, it's also kind of thin because I was trying to keep it thin a little bit. There we go. Oh, and we got to do his little helmet. There we go. The paints really do thin out nice. And when you use the thin layers, that means they glaze very nice as well. So that's basically what we're doing here, is somewhat transparent glazes, but not too much, because we do want some of this orange to come through so it's not completely yellow. There we go. All of this is going to get covered. What I really need is two more holders to hold these guys. Hans and Franz. And Gunther. So what is everybody going to be doing this weekend? Is anybody doing anything fun? I really hope that I'm going to be able to get some of these projects wrapped up, because I have my monk that I want to work on. I've got my busts that I want to work on. If you guys haven't seen my the busts from, oh gosh, from Breaking Bad, from Tiny Leads. What else has been going on? Oh, I'm gearing up to go to Adepticon. I got asked to teach at Adepticon. That's pretty exciting. I'm going to be teaching in October on the 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. Well, I think technically just the 21st. I'm teaching at Dragonfall Con. And that's in St. Charles, Illinois. So I'm going to be teaching intro to mini painting, like basically a start to finish intro to mini painting. I'm going to be teaching a skin tones class. So I'll be teaching different skin tones and different techniques to make skin tones. And then I'll be teaching a basing class. Lily Chili Chip. Oh my gosh, that's a great name. Lily Chili Chip, thank you so much for following. And Spork. Wow, that's awesome. Let me write those names down. SPWORK. Spork and Lily Chili Chip. By the way, speaking of Spork, not Spork. When I was in Germany, we were trying to think about what the German word for spork is, because it's an American word kind of, but in Germany the word for spoon is Gosh, darn. Now I'm blanking. It's like, if somebody could look up the German words for spoon and for fork, I will tell you what the word for spork is, because it's funny. Okay, chili, lil chili chip. I love that name. Chili chip. I'm singing your name on my stream. Yes. Gotta go, Deacon. Okay, you have a good one. Painting sky dwarves. Oh, awesome. Camouflage MP is going to be painting sky dwarves this weekend. Löffel and Gabel. Okay, so Gabel is spoon and Löffel is fork. And so the German word for spork is, what was it? Göffel. It's Göffel. I thought that was great. And even the Germans were kind of amused by that as well. Göffel. My host, his name is Lutz. We told him about Göffel, and he even snorted when we told him about it. What shtick am I taking over? Cosmo, I don't even know what you mean. Oh my god, I just scared myself. So do exclamation point snap, and you guys will see what that was. Oh my goodness. Oh, as I recover. Oh, that's a command actually on my stream. See. Oh yeah, I'm not as good as Eve. She's much better. Did it work? Yeah, Cosmo, did it work? Snap. We might have taken it out. Could have swore we had it. We should make it if we don't have it. I'll look. Mike deleted a whole bunch of stuff. He was in a sassy mood and deleted a bunch. Boo! Snap is gone. Oh well. Nothing happened. So what it normally said was like, don't be alarmed. The snap it's like we got a bug zapper in the house. Especially because today those furnace guys left the house front door open most of the day. I was frankly surprised that my cats were still here. By the end of the day, they had the door open so much, but mostly my cats were just freaked out that there was people, so they didn't mess with anything. All right. Was ist next? Was ist jetzt? Let's see. Let's look at Heinrich. He's our model right here. We're gonna go with a little highlighting, so we need a little lighter color, like birch. Yay! Valeria, is that Valeria? I missed it. Yeah, Mike is not here. He didn't delete the most. Valrisia, that is a cool name too. Valrisia, thank you so much. Yeah, he didn't delete the glasses. That's a good one. Woohoo! Here we go. And I'm going to use birch to highlight all of the pants. And here we go. And it's funny because when you learn languages, all of the words kind of go into the same spot on your brain. And so I know some Spanish and German. So I was thinking about like what's the German word for pants, and all I could think is pantalones. But that's not German, that's Spanish. Pantalones. Ja. Das ist nicht Pantalones. Hey Sabat TC, how's it going? Are you having a good Friday evening? Chilling, we can all chill together tonight and paint. Doo-doo-doo-doo. This has been a really fun stream, I think. We've been really silly. Goofiness has occurred. And I like that. 'Cause I think Friday is definitely a day to be goofy. Doody doo. Totenhosen. Yeah. Hose. It's Hosa. Yeah, I think Hosa. Totenhosen means dead pants. That's a band. Isn't it Totenhosen a band? Dead Pants is a group. I want to say an old punk group maybe, or I don't know. The Totenhosen. It is, see? So all special. Because I knew a band. So Mike's favorite I think they're Austrian. No, it's German. Die Fantastischen Vier. The Fantastic Four. That's one of his favorite German groups that he likes. My favorite German group is less old, because his is from like the 90s. But my favorite German group is Seed with Peter Fox. I love this one song called Dickes Bay, and it means like Big D, or Big B, Fat B, technically Fat B, because it's all about Berlin, Dickes Bay. You should look that up on YouTube if your country code allows it. Rammstein. I liked Rammstein in the 90s. I was a big industrial. You would not believe this, but I really liked industrial music, like Nitzareb, and I liked Nine Inch Nails was more like techno-y, but I really liked it. And there was a sort of a goth night in my town, and they played a lot of industrial, and that's why I went. It's because they didn't play that much goth music. They played more industrial, and I really liked it. And then Cosmo says, no chillin' for me. You have a horse show tomorrow, and then you got to leave at the barn at 6 a.m. at 5. Woof. Skinny Puppy, yes, Skinny Puppy. Now, is anybody here from Chicago? There was a group called Naked Ray Gun. They were like punk, kind of. Remember them? I like Skinny Puppy, though, a lot. You would not look at me and think she likes that kind of music, would you? I am more than meets the eye. Right? That's a reference. A nerd reference. Hey Rainer, what's up? We're painting Germans. Like false, they're not really Germans, they're more like alt Germans. That's not the right word. They're alternative reality. How's that? From dust. Yes, and we're taking a long time on these pants. Probably longer than I should. I should speed this up and hurry the heck up. Yeah. Okay, so we named them, Rainer. This one is Heinrich, and I spelled that wrong. I think it's Heinrich with just a CH. Heinrich, we have Franz and Hans, and we decided they're holding salt and pepper shakers, not bombs, because we're being all pacifistic today. And then we have Gunter Gruber, who has the fan glass, which are the glasses here. So we're just going through, and we're kind of like speed painting them. I'm going to use that gray color now, and I'm going to paint that poncho that they're wearing. Anthracite gray, scale 7504. Yeah. Put it on the palette. It's been a fun night. Here we go. Hopefully my Europeans aren't starting to... It is Friday night, so you guys can stay up a little later, right? Here we go. This is almost the same color as... the actual primer. So we're just going to do a quick... It doesn't really matter too much if we get that completely covered, because most of the primer is going to be that base coat anyway. It saves me a step, actually. What I will maybe do is put some Nuln oil and give us some shadows. Nuln. That's it. Twixter taught me it's Nuln. He mocked me. He mocked me loudly. I just don't use your British ways, your pronunciation with your aluminiums, right? There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put his boot color on. Walnut. Or if you're Canadian, it's boot. I had a model that I painted for the what was it? It was the lock and load competition. It was a model called Freebooter, and he was a mercenary warjack. And at the time, I had a whole bunch of Canadian. I had two Canadian roommates, and we decided that and he ended up winning like a silver medal. Yeah, silver medal at Lock and Load, which was that was the biggest medal I'd ever won in that competition, so it was a big deal. So we named him Rebooter because it was after my Canadian friends. Yep, we say a boot. I love it. My first experience with the Canadian pronunciation was probably Degrassi High when I was younger. It was like a pretty good show about teenagers, about high school. It was kind of edgy, especially for American TV. And then after that, it was Strange Brew, which is like, who's off, eh? You hoser. You actually knew someone who said a boot? Yeah, it doesn't seem like you guys really say it as pronounced. Not everybody. Some people do, some people don't. Alright, so we got the boots. The boot painted. They're nice and light brown. I want to make sure. Yeah, it's okay. They're not exactly the same color as that boot. In fact, I'm going to look for the correct color. I think I used a darker brown. Yeah, I did. This is probably Dubai brown. Probably the original brown I used. That is probably it. So I'm gonna try a little bit of that instead and see if that works better. Bob and Doug McKenzie, exactly. Degrassi was edgy because there was a girl that got pregnant in it, and that would not have happened on American TV. It was a teenage pregnancy. Not in the 90s anyway. Everything was like Saved by the Bell and stuff like that in American TV. Not all like having marital sex. You know? Hey, Real J5. How are you? So all the medium is coming out. You can see like it's like medium here to here, and then there's some pigment, so I gotta shake it more. Although there's already medium up in the nozzle of the bottle, so. Accents get really fun in the East Coast, Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. Yeah, the Newfies. That's great. I know, because that's the funny thing, is that my friends were from Edmonton, and so they had a whole, like, little Canadian shtick they did, and they talked about the Newfies. Okay, let me try that. Is that better? Oh yeah, that's a little better. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit of this reddish color to that. See if I can make this color better. Okay. Try this on. Yeah, I'm holding it by the pin, but I'm probably going to wipe off half the paint with my fingers, which would be unfortunate. I would be very sloppy if I did that. There we go. True enough, both sides of my family are from Newfoundland. You know the pain. Why did Newfies get all the flack? Why do they get teased by the other Canadians? Is it because of their accent, or it's because they live out in the boonies, or both? I have one buddy who lives in High Level, which is like a gas station and a crossroads, and that's it. It's really out in the middle of nowhere. Yes, he just says yes. Your boss years ago, he was a great guy when you could understand him. That's awesome. I think it's cool that places have dialects and accents, and I think that in the future it's unfortunate, but I think we're going to see less of that as we become more and more internet savvy as a culture. You guys see this? There's a big piece of something on his boot here that I gotta cut off. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna see maybe less languages. There will still probably be French. We will probably always have French. They definitely don't want to lose their language. They've definitely strive to preserve it. Globalization, the art of making the world boring. Yeah, yes and no, because we'll always have memes. I know. I think that memes will become more I think they will become more nuanced as we go through time. Okay, I'm painting the bottom of his feet. Okay. What else? I think I need to go back. I'm going to repaint a little bit of Heinrich's boots so they match everybody else's just a little bit more. It says, yeah, now my boots match. Danke. Language is turning back to... Actually, a long time ago when I was in school, I remember reading that in the future, I think it was Fahrenheit 451 or something. They had pictographs. Do you guys know what a pictograph is? It's like sort of like a hieroglyphic type of thing. And that's how the people in Fahrenheit 54. I can't speak. Speaking and painting. But yeah, that's how they communicated in those dystopian futures. It's sad. Cursive is definitely going away, but I made sure that my daughter knows how to write cursive. It's very important for genealogy to know it. All right. What else? I'm just bringing back some of the oranges on the hats a little bit. Just a little bit. So we're getting there. They're getting slowly, and I keep touching him. That's not good. Stop touching me. All right. Now, I started painting this guy with the gray, and he needs more. There was a little blurb of something on his pants. All right, you ready to watch me paint camo? I think I don't need to paint gray to do the camo. All right? So, when I've already pointed. What's my wait time for commission work? 5 goes west. I love it. I usually am about 2 months out, so I think right now I'm not that far out this year, or this time of year. I have openings in November right now, So not far out at all. I got really far ahead by doing Salamanca on stream. And I thought she was going to take most of the month, and doing her on stream helped so much. What? Okay, I'm going back. I'm going to link the image that I'm going to be painting from so you can take a look at the camo that I'm doing. And it's going to be the third photo from the left, the Luftwaffe. Okay? Alright, ready? I'm going to use my smaller, am I going to use this bigger brush? Start big and go small. That's what I remember from doing camo. What do you want? Why do you keep touching me? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the first color we're going to use is the reddish, the orangish color that we had before. I'll show you, and I'm going to make kind of here. I'll show you on the paper. This is the. I need more paint on my palette. Give me 1 second. Be nice, especially for the dust people who watch this in the future, because you'll be able to kind of mimic this. So you're gonna just make almost like a little squiggly cloud shape, right? Like that. And it's going to be, this is going to be probably the biggest ones. You're going to make many of them in different patterns, and make sure they're spaced out, because these are going to be kind of far apart. Don't make them too close together. I can. Yeah. Oh, I'm off cam. Okay. I'll make it up here. Thanks for letting me know. Let's try it up here. Okay. So can you see that better? Yes. Much better. So you're going to make these little kind of blob cloud shapes, and you're going to make them kind of far apart, right? Mostly kind of horizontalish. Mostly. Am I still off cam? That one's on cam. Okay. Make sure that it's bright enough. You guys can see that, right? Okay. So these are the shapes that I'm starting with. Okay. So I'm gonna see that, and then kind of far away from it, another one. Try not to make them look the same. There we go. And that's going to dry a little differently because it's going to dry matte. And there we go. And he sort of has some straps here, so you want to paint to really give you the illusion that that is underneath. So go ahead and paint across the strap, straight across it, and make a blob. You're going to paint over that blob later, but in order to give you the illusion that it's behind the strap, it's okay to paint over it, because then you've got the cross, it crosses over, right? And I'm just doing this all over. Let me know if you've got any questions, or if I need to stop and show something again, okay? And if you're watching this on video on demand later, you can always stop the video and go back, of course. Yeah. And a little bit one under here, under his armpit. Okay, so that's nice. Go ahead and darken that up a little bit. Anywhere that looks like it needs to be more opaque, go back on top of it and give it another layer. And it's following these folds. It's actually, yeah. Yeah, they can ask me questions on the server too, exactly. If you want to try your own camouflage, and we have a server, which the bot has been tweeting the name of. There's the server. Cosmo just put it. And you can join that server, and you can post your works in progress. You can chat with us. You can, you know, anything. You can ask questions, and I'll answer them. And so there we go. All right, ready for the next color. Let me look at Heinrich again. Next color I'm going to use is that green. Hold on one second. I'm going to put that on my palette. This is Ardennes green, scale 75/45. You don't need to use the exact same colors. If you're kind of close, that's good too. Renee, hey, you're really up late. Renee, look, we're painting Luftwaffe Fallschirm, what did I call them? Fallschirmjäger Motor Squad. Yeah. And we named them. Wait, that's not Renee. That's Dairy. Oh, sorry. Let me write that down. Dairy. Is that right? I apologize for completely mixing you up for another follower of mine. Dairy. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. Woohoo! Ray. There we go. Dairy. That's awesome. Well, I just told you what we're doing. It's still super late. Where are you? That's funny. What part of the world are you in? You have to go back and watch the camo part to really get it. We're going to do other ones. So this is the first one. We're going to do 2 more. So by the end of the video, you'll have it down. This color day? Okay. Maroon, how are you? Ontario. Awesome. I have family in Ontario. And I got to the point of shaking this, and then I never put it on my palette. Okay. There we go. I got enough because we got 3 more to do. Okay, so now this one, watch this. This one is going to be, I think I made it bigger. I think I made it bigger than the other one. But not a lot bigger. So you're gonna, oh wow, Memnord, thank you so much for the cheer. That's awesome. Yay, more Canadians. You cut your day short with an onset of a headache. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that stinks. I haven't been able to paint a lot this week because of not having air conditioning. Okay. Take a peek at this. So I'm making my green blobby. Try not to make it look like the blob you're putting it on top of. You're going to layer it just a little bit on top of that brown. Okay? That's how that's going to go. And we're going to put it on this one. Where did I have a cat hair on there? Nope, it's good. Sup? Evan Warped. Painting camo on Jaeger Fallschirmjäger. What is it called? Fallschirmjäger. Luftwaffe Fallschirmjäger, yeah. Okay. So I want gray to show. I do want that because that is part of the outfit. And I'm kind of connecting. So if you've got 2 pieces of brown that are kind of close to each other, you can overlap that green a little bit so that it kind of comes down on top of it. Like right here, I've got 2 pieces of brown, and I'm going to overlap my green on top of all 3 of these. Cat hair. Day Ray Fair. There we go. And then put another green blobby here. A little bit over there. If you just have a small amount of brown somewhere, then you already put it over here. There's a big one on his booty. Wiggity swooty. Hold that booty. Okay. Okay, that's the green layer. What's next? Let's look at it again. Now we do the little brown layer. Now for this, because I want it to pop off of all these like warm colors, I'm going to use, I think it was this one, brown leather? No. Yeah, it might have been brown leather, or it might have been a reddish brown. Let me see. Let me look at him. Yeah, that's a dark brown. It was, where is it? Here it is. Arbuckle's brown. And it's the scale fantasy in games color. So it is a lot more satin. It's gonna pop off of that flat color way more. But we're gonna put it in such small amounts you're not gonna notice it that much. Okay? What's nice about that is that doesn't need shaking a lot. Much tinier brush this time. And a watch. This, let me see where I put it. It goes just, you're anywhere here on both of those, but you're making a very itty bitty cloud, right? Because this is the dark color. I should have made that a little bit darker than a reddish brown, but that's okay. Nah. So see how small that is? Fox eye? Wait, or is it? Yeah, booty, I said booty. Hidden booty, camo trousers. Oh, that's who just started following. Oh, that was my bot saying that. Welcome, I'm gonna call you Foxy F00000. There's 500XI. Is that okay? Either that or it's Foxy. Yay! Oh, thank you so much, Flickster. You are still awake. You're crazy. Oh my gosh, it's so late. But you're so awesome. He's such a dedicated mod. He's such a dedicated streamer. Yeah, 3 a.m. I'm sorry for keeping you up, Flick. He likes it. Alright, little tiny little brown hammy things here. Right? Little bitty ones on the side. The only thing you're concerned about, oh, is the Broncos hat? Well, Fievel, I am a Colorado native, and it's pretty much blasphemy not to be a Bronco fan, so that's okay. A lot of people question me, but it is in my blood. USA Tour Friday. Very rare nowadays with Ella. Yeah, that's true. But you got a chance. That's awesome. Another little cami blob here. Another one. Make sure like they go off of the, it's like trailing off of his pattern. One's small. Yeah. Little one. I need a big blob of green back here. Right? Let's see how that compares. That's about right. Once we get all these straps on here, you'll see the big difference. All right. Now, at this point in time, I got our talent in a bottle. Woohoo! Agrax Earthshade. It needs shaking really bad because all of the pigment is at the bottom. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that's all dry. We're going to take some Agrexer shade and put our shadows to work here with this. I want all these shadows to show up and be nice and defined. With, oh, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to use the strong tone. Give me that better. Where did I think I dropped it. I did. I'll be right back. Get it on the floor. This is Army Painter Strong Tone. I blame Ben Comets for telling me to use this. Can you believe he uses Army Painter Strong Tone? Good stuff though. It really defines shadows and gives you a nice neutral shadow. Okay, watch. Let's put it on his booty. See that? That's better than the whatever that Agrexer shade, whatever that was. Okay. And don't just slather it. Stick it. Put it where the shadows are. Trying to censor myself there. Do she paint the booty? She do. Oh yes. Have you guys ever painted any Infinity? Every single one of their, almost, not every single one, but most of their models have great sculpted booties. There's a whole meme, or there's some sort of page where you can go and you can pick out models based on booty sculpt. Did you know this? I just found this out from one of my cheeky Australian friends. I started late. I did, because our air conditioning. Let's put some nice strong tone on the boots. Das Boot in German means the boat, not the boot. Das Boot. That was also a movie, which my husband likes, but I did not. It was boring. Here we go. Not a big war movie fan. It's a little too heavy for me. From the 80s. Yes, exactly. That's good. I didn't mind Hunt for Red October. That was a war movie that I kind of liked. It was very suspenseful. That was an interesting movie with Sean Connery. Alright, now we have the flat black and the gray, which I may mix together a little bit to get the strap color. Needs to be shaken. This is for the little paratrooper straps or whatever he's wearing. Yeah, I like Sean Connery. He's hot. Are you kidding me? The older that man gets, the cuter he gets. You watched it last night, Fragloid? Wow, that's a cool coincidence. Just as good as the 8 times as is the first. It's the accent. It is. I agree. It's also this hair. I don't know. It's like his beard and his hair. Find that silver fox look pretty good. He does. Or does he age? Right. He's like, there are so many funny Saturday Night Live things with him. When Will Ferrell plays him, it just kills me every time. No, wait, Will Ferrell, does he play? No, he doesn't play Sean Connery. He plays Alex Trebek. That's even better. Doesn't he? Jeopardy bit. It was hilarious. Okay, see, this is the part where I'm painting over. See how just right over it, just that dark strap color doesn't even, not even a problem. Just paint right over. that original camo color. Camouflage. There you go. He's starting to look like a paratrooper now. I think my daughter just got home from work. Here's the garage door. Daryl Hammond played Sean. Yes. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. I remember him. Isn't it funny how Saturday Night Live, the season that it's actually airing, everybody says it's the worst Saturday Night Live, and then like the next couple seasons, then it's the worst Saturday Night Live. Hey, sweetie, that was Mike. All right, paint this whole gun. Are you gonna come and be sassy with us? Yay! Sassy Mike is back. So we had a
Sassy
bug,
Mike is back in
we
the
had
house.
like a bug zapping command. It was like exclamation point.
Do you have that thing?
No, did you turn it on?
No.
Snap is good. No, leave it on.
No.
Yes.
It ruins the light.
I'm fighting with him now. Now that the bugs will come. Anyway,
Don't sass me, bro.
exclamation point snap is still a command that you can enable.
That.
While you were gone, the bug zapper went off and it was super loud and scared me. And we tried to do the command and it wasn't work. So we thought maybe it got deleted or something. Oh snap! We got Mike on the mic.
Yeah, I got my own microphone now.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Special.
Doesn't he sound better?
Ooh, yeah. My sassy voice is coming through direct to your ears. Can you tell that I had a beer when I had my dinner?
Right? He is. Oh, that's the bot. Sometimes I talk to my own bot because I forget that it's not a person. I read my own bot. So, Mike, did you know that bazookas were around in World War II?
Yeah.
And
Did you not know that?
I did not. I found that out from my lovely stream today.
How did you not know that?
Because I was looking at this and I thought that was a bazooka, but it's a mortar. And it's like...
It's a mortar.
I guess
You're off screen, by the way.
Oh, there.
There you go.
Hi, Sophia. Sophia is back. Okay, wait. Let me see. Okay.
That work.
This... I haven't...
Your
Does anybody...
mouth off of my drink.
Does anybody know what this is? Do you know what that is?
Sophia's being sassy.
He is being sassy. Don't distract. Don't distract. My daughter's trolling us now. Mike, what is this canister on the back? Somebody tell me. Right here. This is how it looks. It's metal.
It's dust.
Oh, okay. It's dust. It's not a real. It's canteen. I think it's a canteen.
Could be a gas mask case or something.
It could be a canteen.
But I mean, they didn't really carry a gas mask case somewhere.
No, that was one. There we go. Sassy. He's gonna be extra sassy now that he had a beer. Alright, I'm looking for the straps on this. Hold on one second. I think I just painted on the wrong... Nope, it's right.
Dunkelgelb.
Yeah. So we named these guys,
Yeah.
Mike.
It is a World War II German gas mask canister.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, you learned something.
Now you know.
Yes. So,
Knowing is half the
so
battle.
this is Gunther Gruber. This guy here. His name is Gunther. And then this is Hans and Franz right here. And they have Salz and Pfeffer shakers.
Hassenpfeffer?
Salz und Pfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer?
Not Hassenpfeffer. Hey, love minis. Sorry, I don't mean to ignore chat again. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, they don't know what it is. Gas mask. Yeah, I think you're right. So we'll go back
Do they pump?
and clean this
Do
up. What?
Just reading chat. You tell me to read chat to you. I'm reading the chat.
Do they fomp you up?
Pump you up.
Oh, pomp you up. Yeah, no, that's Austrian.
I don't know. It's never really clear whether Hans
They
and Franz
pump
are
you
Austrian,
up.
is it?
They're either Austrian or Swedish or something.
Well,
I
they're
don't-
German or Austrian because
Okay.
they're into Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's Austrian.
Right. Fancy Unicorn, thank you so much for the host and welcome. Guys, Fancy Unicorn is a new streamer, so give her a follow if you haven't already. She, you've only been streaming for like a week or two? Is that right? Yay! Pixel Cruncher! Yay, Pixel Cruncher is here! Awesome! I just got to see Pixel Cruncher stream for the first time. He's also a cool streamer. Both of them are really fun to watch. I highly recommend. By the way, Fancy, this is my lovely husband Mike, and Pixel Cruncher, this is my husband Mike. Now, turn around. That's it. Such a punk. They can't see you. There's no camera over there. I ran a class near. Oh, and you couldn't get a ticket. Oh no! Love minis. We'll probably have more classes. So keep in the loop, and we'll get you in one eventually, right? Yay! Yeah, that was Hans and Franz. Just want to watch you. I'm painting these glasses now, these binoculars. The word for binoculars is Fernglas, Mike.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Bar glasses.
bar glasses, Fernglas. I love the German language because it just makes sense. It's a very literal language. Like the word for skunk is Stinktier, which means stink animal. What? Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
It is funny. And what's the word for porcupine? It's like something fine. It's like spine pig or something. Spine.
No, you're close, but
What
not
is it?
quite right. Stachelschwein.
Stachelschwein. I love it. And the word.
Well, that's for the European version. Apparently in
Oh.
the North America, it's Baumstachler.
Baumstachler?
Yep.
Like tree porcupine, kind of? That's weird. We have really weird talks while we're on the stream sometimes. I'm just going to go ahead and get some blue from my palette to get these little lenses. And I'm not going to try too hard to make them look shiny because, like I said, I'm just kind of speed painting a little bit today. That's good enough. Yay. Spike pig. Sting pig. Yes. I love it. Now, this is a little bit of white. So this is, actually no, I need that gray and some white. I'm mixing the gray that I had from before, the anthracite gray, and scale color white to get a lighter gray. And we're gonna just hit all these little buttons carefully. We don't really want them to be white, we just want to hit that little, so it's like got a little silver glint basically. Not really silver, but it is a light gray to contrast. And then same thing with the buckle. Very, very fine details here. And then on the sides of all of the straps, This takes a little bit of brush control, but it looks nice. And I would say if you're a dust painter and you're watching this, you don't have to do this step. This is just my shoshifying, right? I'm just taking it extra. You could probably stop where I left off. I think these little extra details, though, they help. Mike, are you dancing?
Air guitar.
Air guitar. I can hear the... Stop! So distracting. We've got the squeakiest chair.
By the way.
Is it? Oh my, I'm having so much fun, you guys. Alright, let me hurry up and finish up and find a good spot for us. What do you guys think? Do you like the dust minis? Did you enjoy this stream? What kind of minis do you like to see me paint? Because I know some of you just like the fact that I do different things every time. Some people like Warhammer, some people like War Machine. You know, I want to know what do you want to see on the stream? What interests you? Ooh,
I know, I was talking to some people at Star Wars Armada Night that they would love to see you do some what are they calling it? Star Wars Fantasy Flight's doing a miniatures tabletop game.
Like a repaint?
Huh?
Like a repaint?
No, unpainted miniatures.
Oh.
Star Wars.
Okay. KDM?
Like 40K, Kingdom Death.
Yeah. All minis are good minis. Variety is good. I think KDM is probably one of my favorites. KDM is relevant to my future goals. 1/35th scale stuff? Oh my goodness. It's tough though. I don't paint that a lot.
Runecan makes a good point of a mixture of hard surface and organic.
I like that too. I think some of the most successful videos that I've felt really good about, like Salamanca and the Flower Witch, like some of the bigger, like 54mm figures have been really popular, and I think it's because you get to see the techniques at a slightly bigger scale, but you can apply them to any scale. We're using white right now on this gun, and I'm trying to almost do like a quick, it's not quite a dry brush, but it basically is. We're just trying to hit all the little deals, all the little highlights with the edge of the brush. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, last thing over here, I think I made this little pouch sort of a orange and ochre. It's a leather pouch. All right, I think this is a good spot to stop. And if you are going to continue on, I'm going to show you what I did. I made another camo pattern, but mostly with yellow background on his bedroll. Yellow, green, and brown. And then I did a leather satchel. This is metal. And then I painted the soles of his boots black. And of course he's got stripes on the sides of his face. Other than that, that's pretty much it for painting these guys. They're not difficult. They come pre-primed. When I finish him, I can go ahead and drill a hole in here. Let me do that now, actually. Let's see. Let me look at the box and see where he goes. Yeah, he is right here. Okay. Figure out my placement and drill the hole. I'll show you guys how he looks on the base so you can get a feel for him. Okay. I want to show you, this is how the base looks. These are so nice. I painted the base myself. It was the same gray as the rest. Why is it not going in? Hold on. Sometimes I use a drill bit that's too... Oh no! I broke off a piece of the mortar. We'll glue that later. Alright, now we can put him on there. There we go. See? Let me get some glue. There we go. And I like to put it on the feet. So a little bit here. It's coming out this time. Oh, it's one of those days where nothing is working. Let me find a pin to stick. That's what paper clips are good for. There we go. Yay. Now, see how much super glue that is? Code Tankist51. Thank you so much for following. I'm going to write your name down. I'm going to take some of the super glue off first, though, because super glue sticks better when there's less of it. Less of it. There we go. We're going to put him on right there. And just hold him for a minute. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. And that's probably good. And I see a big cat hair on there too. Woohoo! Grab it. It doesn't want to grab. There we go. I got it. All right. So, Gunther and Heinrich scouting. It looks like it's such a cool mini with all the little figures on it. Once it's going to be done, it's going to look great. All right. And I'm going to write down the name of Coat. Let's put it over here. K-O-T. Tankist 51. Welcome. All right, and I'm going to look for somebody awesome to host. See who's online right now. Rainer. Absolutely, we're going to host Rainer. Rainer 71. He looks like he's painting a tank from Warhammer. Hold on one second. And Mike, if you want to put up the final screen. Rainer 72. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go and raid Rainer, and everybody's going to type Mad Love from Shoshie's Minis. I'll type it in, or actually, Mike, can you type it in the chat so people can copy it?
What
Mad Love from Shoshie's Minis. And if you have my emotes, you can use hearts. If you don't have my emotes, you can use hearts. You know. And we're gonna say Mad Love from Shoshie's Minis and give him a nice warm post, okay? And I will be back on Monday from
Monday.
Yeah, from 9 to 11 on Monday, and then Wednesday from 7 to 9, and then Friday back to my usual time from 2:30 to 4:30. All right, bye guys. Thanks for coming.